So I'll be honest, I thought Miami FC was done for. I thought they were not going to be able to succeed anymore. I thought this was maybe the last year or maybe just a couple more years of them existing. I made a video talking about it if you guys want to check it out. But then they come out with renderings of a potential 15,000 seat stadium. And you think, how is this possible? So I want to talk about all of this. But before we do, if you're a fan of the USL, please give this video a like because it really helps with the algorithm so that we could get more USL exposure out there. And with that being said, yes, Miami FC has come out and said that they are developing a new sports hub with investors. It's going to be this amazing sports complex, sports city in Homestead. And honestly, the renderings look really nice. It's going to be a waterfront stadium, which I think is really cool because it just kind of plays with that scenic view of beauty, right? But overall, it looks really nice. And so when I see this, I'm coming into it from different viewpoints, from different types of perspectives, trying to understand what's happening here. Because Miami FC, let's face it, has one of the lowest attendance in the USL. Even in USL League One, they average about 1,100 fans. And there's a lot of people who are close in Miami who say that is actually being generous, that it doesn't even look like that. That doesn't even look that it's like that many people who are really tuned into Miami FC. Even when I see like things on social media, when I see the official account posting things on social media, I mean, their posts are getting like 3 likes, 2 likes, 4 likes, 6 likes. It's nothing spectacular. It's nothing crazy compared to some of the other teams in the league, in the USL Championship. So you can't help but wonder, who's going to these games? Why would they decide to make a 15,000 seat stadium if they can only average 1,100 fans? If people are not tuning in, what makes you think that you're going to attract 15,000 fans? So I'm looking at that. Or you guys know that saying, if you build it, they will come. I'm not too sure. I'm not convinced with Miami FC. And honestly, with all of Miami sports, the fan bases, they have always been in question because a lot of times they don't show up. If the superstar isn't there, they're not going to be there. There's no diehards. You can see that with Miami FC, with Inter Miami. I feel like once Messi leaves, that's it. Then what? What are you going to do? Messi is the face of Inter Miami. Obviously he's the face of MLS. But what's going to happen when he's gone? How do you attract actual fans who are going to support you even in the tough times, even when things don't go right, even when you are going through a rebuilding time in the team's history? Because every club goes through that. So what's going to happen there? So you can't help but ask yourself, is this going to be actual fans? And so Miami FC, they said they're moving 35 miles from downtown Miami. 35 miles is, I mean, that's pretty far. And to be called Miami FC when you're not in Miami, that's kind of weird too. Even though I know a lot of clubs do that, a lot of teams do that. You know, Atletico Dallas coming in, they're not even Dallas. So Miami FC is no different there. They're going to move. They're moving 35 miles away from downtown Miami, like I said. And so maybe them moving, they'll actually find a fan base. They'll actually be able to kind of start new in a sense of, hey, okay, we got to start from scratch. We got to look at what is working, what isn't working. Maybe by building this huge sports complex, they want to have an academy too, focus on the youth. You know, obviously you're going to get people to come there because you want more people to get involved. So if the family is going to get involved, hopefully they'll tell the aunts, uncles, hey, look at my son, he's playing here, come check him out. And so that's how the word spreads that there's a club. Obviously, they also have to engage with the community in different ways, different sports. Coming there to the sports complex, maybe someone will be like, hey, look, there's actually a professional soccer team here. Let's check them out. And so they come as well. Also, Miami FC is building a hotel at the stadium. The hotel at the actual stadium, that's actually pretty interesting to me. I can't say that I remember or have seen something like this where, honestly, one of the ends of a soccer field is a hotel. That's interesting to me, and I hope that it works out. I hope people check in and they wanted to see a game. I don't know. I think that's actually really smart. That's really interesting to me. Like I said, I've never seen that before. Maybe it exists. I'm sure it does, but I've just never seen that personally. But I really do think that is a creative way on how to get people to come to the games. And honestly, I think a lot of people think that Miami FC should stop existing. right? It's not working out. The whole motto has not worked out. But Ricardo Silva has heart, and he really wants to make this team successful. I mean, at least that is what he is showing, because he's not letting go of the club. And he's brought in new investors, a bunch of investors, a heavy Argentine presence. I mean, Manu Ginobili is an investor. He's a minority owner. And so part of me also wants Ricardo Silva to succeed in all of this, because he's not letting go. Maybe he really has a vision of this being a club that is going to be a successful club, and it's just starting off really bad, because they have had success. When Ricardo Silva has taken over, they have won championships. Obviously not in the USL. It was when they were in the lower leagues, but still, he came in and they won. So in an aspect, I feel like, he wants to win the USL Championship, and with promotion relegation happening, they build a 15,000 seat stadium, obviously, because Division 1 as of right now says you need to have 15,000 seats in order to play in Division 1. So he's obviously thinking about the future. This year is way different compared to last year. Last year was a complete joke, but this year he's actually tried different things. And I'm not saying it's been successful, but you can see different types of techniques or different types of things that he's trying in order for them to be more successful. And so obviously it's a long process. It could be a very long process, but at least he's trying. So in that aspect, I hope that he does succeed. So like I said in the beginning, I'm looking at this through different lenses. I'm trying to understand what's happening. How is it possible that they're going to cough up, I think it was like $350 million to do the whole thing. I mean, that's a lot of money. So hopefully it does succeed with that, right? But at the same time, you really can't help but ask yourself, like, is it going to succeed? Is it really going to work? It'd be interesting to see, because if they build this and they still can't get people to come to games, I mean, I don't know. You got to pay for all of this stuff. So we'll see what happens there. But I would love to know what you guys think. Are you for it? Are you against it? Let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I will see you all on the next one.